everyone, and welcome back to another video. So the dairy cows have been out for the best part of about 2 months now, and because they've been out for so long, the fields are starting to get a little bit patchy. So the dairy cows are very picky animals and they only like to eat the freshest, youngest, leafiest grass. And so what happens is eventually that leaves the field quite uneven and quite patchy, and it also leaves quite a lot of what I like to call faggy grass. I think the technical name is residual. Also, after first cut, the dairy cows got an extra 29 acres. So in order to mitigate this issue, we have a couple of options. One option is top the field, which does work quite well, because that gets the field back into the grazing rota much quicker. However, it doesn't always clear most of the faggy grass. So the other option is we shut the field off and leave it for a while, then we mow it off for bales, and that is what I'm going to be doing in today's video. So this field behind me is 10 acres. I've got another 6-acre field and another 3-acre field shut off for bales. So they've been shut off now for over a week. So any cow poo on there will hopefully by now have dried up. And so if I mow through it, it's not going to contaminate too much of the silage. But today is giving a really nice sunny day. As you can see, the sun is beaming down behind me and there is quite a bit of wind, so this is perfect drying conditions. The plan is to mow it off today and probably not ted it out because there's not a great deal on it. And the balers are coming tomorrow to bale it up, and then we'll fetch it in probably the day after. Once we've taken the bales off the field, it's probably going to be about a week before we can send the dairy cows on here. And when we do send them on here, there'll be some perfectly nice young, all uniformed leafy grass, and that is where the milk is going to come from. So as you can see now, this field is pretty much all gone to seed, so there is plenty of fibre in this grass, and which is going to be perfect for the dry cows in the winter. Anyway, enough talking from me. Let's get stuck into it. Let's go. So I'm going to be mowing this field off the same way that I mow every other field, which is the 9 laps around the outside. Once I've done the 9 laps around the outside, I can then start cutting through the middle. Just have to take it a little bit slower because this is a grazing field. We also spread a lot of dirty water on here as well, so there's quite a few tyre marks from the umbilical cord now. So it is a bit bumpy, but I'll soon start picking up the speed when I can knock through the middle. Just chuck it up to about 15 miles an hour then. But to be fair though, in terms of mowing off a field, this is about as easy as it gets, because this field is a 10-acre field, bang on. There's no trees, no manholes, it's perfectly square, perfectly flat. Probably one of the easiest fields to mow off. The other ones that I go to in a minute though, or the other two that I go to after this field, slightly more complex because there are some trees on those fields. So we have to watch out for the trees, but so far so good. So just coming up to the end of my 9 laps now, so I'm going to start cutting through the middle. Have a quick look to see if I got it straight. Oh. What do you reckon? Is that straight or not? I don't think it's too bad. I've definitely done better, but I've also done a lot worse, so it'll do, it'll do. Let's crack on. Mown off. I've mowed the 10-acre field off first because it's the biggest field and also the heaviest crop, so it gives it longer to dry out in this glorious sunshine. But I've just jumped off now to check the crop. Of course I was going to check the crop. Did you ever think I wasn't going to check the crop? I mean, there was more on here than I thought, and that's why I've mown it off today, because I was debating whether to leave it to grow for a little bit longer or get more bales in and provide more feed for the dry cows in the winter. However, grass's only objective in life is to reproduce, and so in order to reproduce it needs to grow enough to produce the seeds, and then once it's seeded, those seeds then fall onto the ground and then it grows more grass and then it reproduces, and that's its objective completed basically. And so the point being is, when it goes to seed, you really don't have a great deal extra of growth that can happen. And so I came down to the field this morning questioning whether I should mow it off or not today, and I had a look in the field and pretty much the whole field has gone to seed, so it's never going to grow that much more than it already has done. So the sun's beaming down, the grass has gone to seed, get it mown off, so that's what I've done. Anyway, let's have a quick look at this crop now. It's already quite dry standing up, so that's why I thought it might not need tedding out, but there's quite a lot of grass on here, and I don't know, I'll perhaps just check it later on this afternoon after I've milled. But I'm going to go and mow off these other two fields now. These are smaller fields, so they won't take me as long, and then I'm going to milk the cows, get the milking done, and then I'll be coming back later on after milking just to check to see whether I need to get the tedder out and tedding the grass out. Contractors are coming tomorrow to bale this. Usually we do leave it for a bit longer than, well, mow it off one day and bale it the next, but seeing as the weather's nice, all being well, hopefully we should get some nice dry bales. Okay, let's crack on. Oh dear. I've collected a souvenir. Well, definitely didn't want that to join me on the tractor, that's for certain. Can't exactly see too well on the tractor now. Sorted, we'll carry on. Oi oi! So that's all the cows milked. The sun is still beaming down. The cows are in the background sunbathing, living the high life. Just gonna go and have a quick look at this grass now. Found a few wet spots in this field while I was mowing it. Not sure why there's wet spots on this field, because it shouldn't be. It's usually quite a dry field. Oh, that's good stuff, that is. I don't know. I don't think it's worth tedding, to be honest. I think I might just leave it. Because it's pretty much, the whole swath is nearly dry as it is. So, probably doesn't need tedding. See, the thing is, if I do ted it and it cooks, which is fine, we want it super dry, but what happens is we run the risk of losing quite a lot of the crop because it goes quite brittle once it's tedded out, because it's so dry that when you row it back up again, you can't row the whole lot up. So I might just be as well leaving it like this in the swaths, because it's still sunny, it's still windy, it is going to dry a little bit more, and pretty much the whole swath is dry. There's just a bit of coldness in the middle, which is the moisture that's in the actual crop itself. So yeah, I think that saved me a job. I'm not going to bother tedding it. I think if it was just rowed up, that's turned it over once, and that's probably going to be enough. Means I can get my tea a bit earlier tonight. Suits me. And so there we have it. That is what I like to call job well done. So that is 41 silage bales all wrapped up, and my dad's just finishing off loading the last ones now, and we're going to take them back to the farm. We're going to get a net on them so the crows don't peck holes in them, and that is it. So all in all, I'm quite happy with them. Unfortunately, they did get rained on a little bit the morning that they were baled. However, I'm not too worried about it, but hopefully they don't squash down too much when they're stacked up. So that brings me to the end of this video, guys. If you've enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Goodbye.